In this video we are going to be testing this Olympus Stylus 120 35mm compact camera, and in order to do that I have a scrap roll of film and a battery. Neither of these are included in the sale, but they're here just for demonstration purposes. So let's begin by loading the battery. We do that simply by opening this battery compartment and sticking in the type 123 battery and closing the compartment. It latches properly. Okay, now we'll go around the back and we'll open up the camera, and then we can drop the film cartridge in over here on this side and bring the leader over into this area here and close the door. And there we heard the motor advance, and so now if I open the front, the lens extends, the flash comes up, and if we look on the back, it's showing it's ready for picture number 1. So let's point this off this way and fire the, there we saw the flash. Okay, there, that worked. Let's make sure the zoom works. There's zooming in and zooming out, so those are working. Let's look on the back here. We can check this, we can set this flash to some different modes. There is no flash, so now it won't flash when we try it. Okay. And now, while we have it here at no flash, I am going to point it here into this bright light. Very quick shutter speed. Now I'm going to leave the camera right there and shut off this light, so there's much less light here. The shutter speed was quite a bit longer, so the light metering is functioning. We're on picture number 5. I'm going to set this for the self-timer function. And so now I'll just set it over here, pointed toward the camera here, and we will start the timer. There, the red light came on here, indicating that the timer is counting down, and we'll watch it as it completes the cycle. There, it's flashing, and the cycle completes. Okay. So now let's check these other buttons here for the quartz date that's built in here. Now these are kind of hard to see and they're kind of hard to push, but I'm going to do the mode set here. And it starts up with a default date of January 1st, 2002. Now if I want to set that, I hold the mode button down until the O2 starts flashing, and then let's just see by pushing the set button how long this is good for. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So we know it's good at least through the year 2020. Let's see how high it goes. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. And back to O2. So we know that it will keep working up through the year 2035. And if we go through here, we can set this up to the date today in August. The day I'm filming this is actually August 12th of 2020. So there we've got that set. And if I wanted to set this clock I could, but I'm not going to bother with that. So now we've got 8, 12, 20 here showing. So that is functioning. I think what I'm going to do for the rest of this, let's see about these different flash modes before I do. There's just regular flash. And let's go here to this, well, that's what we started with, was where it did the red eye reduction. Okay. And I'm just going to set this now for no flash. I'm going to pop off the rest of these exposures on this roll and let it rewind so we can see it do that. So I'm just going to waste the rest of these. And it probably was a 24 exposure roll. And there I'm at 16, so we've got a few more to go. And I'm seeing the lens move inside there to focus. Okay, it reached the end. I think I'd cut this one a little bit short. So now it's rewinding back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it keeps going. And there we heard it break free of the take-up spool, and it keeps winding just a little bit to make sure it goes far enough. And then the E starts flashing, indicating that we can open the camera up. And now all the film has wound back into the cartridge. And if this were a good roll of film, we could have that processed. While we have the camera open in the back, let's look at some things. Some serious optics here. That's a big lens right there. As we look here, I see nothing wrong with the frame here that the door seals against, the frame here that the film runs against. And if we look over here on the back, the gasket feels good all the way around the whole path, so that the surfaces that it mates up with will make a good seal. The door closes properly. And then let's close that up. And just a few comments about condition of this. This one is in quite nice condition compared to a lot of these. A lot of these were shoved into people's pockets, and so this area here is all scuffed up. This one has some minor abrasions, but it's really very nice. And the same on the back. They're usually all scuffed up here and here on these lines where you see the feature with a kind of a change in surface direction here. Those are usually all worn down through the paint to the plastic, and this one is not. So it's nicer than most of these that I've seen. And we can uninstall the battery here and look at that battery compartment. It is nice and clean. The little tab that is supposed to be there to engage with the lock is there and undamaged, and it snaps shut. And the strap is present and has the little tool to help push those little buttons on the back that we did. So a fairly nice example of the Olympus Stylus 120.